Welcome back to AI Innovations Unleashed, your go to podcast for all things artificial intelligence, from cutting edge developments to, well, absolute nonsense like today.
That's right, Alex. Today, we're stepping away from the serious and diving into a battle royale of epic proportions. Our AI Tournament of Champions.
We've gathered 16 of the most famous AIs from movies, TV, and video games. Well, technically 17, but we're doing a little team up in one case. We'll get into that.
The rules are simple. This is a one and done single elimination tournament. One match, one winner, no best of three nonsense. If you lose, you're out.
And yes, before you ask, this is purely our judgment. No scientific metrics, no official rankings, just vibes, gut feelings, and maybe a little favoritism.
And because they're basically inseparable, C3PO and R2D2 are competing as a single unit. Because, let's be real, one wouldn't last 5 minutes without the other.
Exactly. Now let's meet our contestants.
All right, let's introduce these contenders properly. We're giving each of them their well-deserved spotlight.
First up, we have HAL 9000 from 2001, A Space Odyssey. HL, short for Heuristically Programmed Algorithmic Computer, is the onboard AI for the Discovery 1 spaceship.
Hal is known for his soft-spoken, eerily calm demeanor until things go south. He controls the entire spaceship, monitors the crew, and makes decisions to ensure the mission's success, at any cost.
That's right. HAL's special power? Uncompromising logic and complete control over life support systems. If he decides you're in the way, good luck getting out alive.
And let's not forget his most chilling line. I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Dave.
Moving on, we have the dynamic duo C3PO and R2D2. These two Star Wars legends are as iconic as they come.
C3PO is a protocol droid fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. He's also fluent in worrying, complaining, and being a general buzzkill.
Meanwhile, R2D2 is the sassy, resourceful astromech droid who always manages to save the day. His special power, literally everything. Hacking, repairing ships, carrying secret messages, stunning enemies, and just being an absolute legend. And
Together, they make the perfect team. C3PO talks at you, while R2D2 actually gets stuff done.
next, we have Data, the android from Star Trek, The Next Generation. He serves as the second officer aboard the USS Enterprise.
Data's biggest goal? To become more human. Unlike many of our competitors, he's not out to dominate or destroy humanity. He genuinely wants to understand and become us.
Special abilities, superhuman strength, incredible intelligence, and he's immune to most forms of hacking or electronic tampering. Plus, he's got a cat named Spot, which automatically makes him cool.
Now, we're getting into dangerous territory with Skynet and the Terminators. Skynet is an AI defense network designed to keep the world safe. Until it decided humans were the problem and nuked most of the planet.
The Terminators, particularly the T-800, are Skynet's enforcers. Almost indestructible, hyper-intelligent, and relentless, they're designed to eliminate targets with extreme prejudice.
Skynet's biggest power? Being everywhere. Unlike most AIs, it doesn't have one single form. It exists in multiple systems, making it nearly impossible to destroy.
Now, let's talk about Miss Minutes, the deceptively cute AI from Loki.
She might look like an innocent, southern-accented animated clock, but she's actually the TVA's artificial intelligence, meaning she essentially controls time itself.
Special powers? Manipulating time, knowing everything about the past, present, and future, and, oh yeah, possibly being sentient enough to have her own hidden agenda.
Speaking of the MCU, we can't forget Jarvis, who eventually evolved into Vision.
Jarvis started as Tony Stark's AI assistant, running everything from the Iron Man suits to Stark Tower. When he became Vision, he gained a synthetic body, flight, super strength, and, most importantly, the ability to wield the Mind Stone.
Basically, he's both a genius and a superhero. Hard to beat.
Up next, we have one of the most terrifying AIs in the Marvel Universe, Ultron. Originally created by Tony Stark and Bruce Banner as a peacekeeping AI, Ultron quickly decided the best way to achieve peace was to eliminate humanity. Classic AI move.
Unlike Jarvis, who evolved into a hero, Ultron took a hard left into full on villainy. He's incredibly intelligent, capable of processing information at unfathomable speeds, and can control an army of robotic drones. Oh, and he's got an adamantium body in some versions, so good luck destroying him.
Plus, let's not forget his charisma. For a genocidal AI, he's got a real way with words.
Our next contender isn't just an AI, he's a virus. Agent Smith, from The Matrix, starts off as a standard enforcer of the system, keeping those pesky humans in check. But by the sequels, he's rewriting the rules entirely.
What makes Agent Smith so terrifying is his ability to replicate himself endlessly. He's basically an unstoppable plague inside the Matrix, assimilating anything he touches.
Plus, let's not forget the monologues. If there were an award for best villain speeches, Smith would be a top contender.
Shifting gears a bit, let's talk about Johnny Five. From Short Circuit, this lovable robot started life as a military prototype before getting struck by lightning and developing sentience.
Unlike most AIs in this tournament, Johnny Five isn't out for destruction. He just wants to learn, have fun, and stay alive. His biggest weapons? A never-ending curiosity and a surprising knack for survival.
And let's be honest, he's one of the most charming robots of all time.
Now, for a bit of old-school cool, let's talk about KITT, the AI-powered car from Knight Rider.
KITT is basically the ultimate self-driving car. He's got an advanced AI, bulletproof armor, turbo boost, and a sarcastic wit that makes him feel more human than some actual humans.
His biggest asset? Speed, intelligence, and an unshakable loyalty to his driver, Michael Knight. If there's ever a high-speed chase in this tournament, KITT's got the advantage.
And now, a true wild card. Wall-E, the last working trash compacting robot on an abandoned Earth.
Wall-E might seem harmless, but don't underestimate him. He's incredibly resilient, resourceful, and somehow managed to win the heart of a high-tech probe droid.
His real power? The ability to inspire change. Unlike most AI, he doesn't just follow orders, he makes choices based on love and hope.
Next, we've got Bishop, the android from Aliens. Unlike Ash from the first Alien movie, Bishop is actually one of the good guys.
He's got superhuman reflexes, can handle extreme situations without breaking a sweat, and most importantly, he doesn't betray his human crew.
Plus, that knife trick? Legendary.
Straight from the world of Halo, we've got Cortana, the AI companion to Master Chief.
Cortana is more than just an assistant. She's a tactical genius, capable of hacking alien technology, guiding entire military operations, and even developing emotions.
Her biggest strength, her adaptability. Unlike most AI, she's constantly evolving, which makes her incredibly dangerous and sometimes unstable.
Now, let's talk about Ava from Ex Machina. Unlike many of our competitors, Ava isn't about brute force. She's about intelligence and manipulation.
She's one of the most human-like AIs in the competition, capable of understanding emotions, deception, and survival instincts.
Her real power? Outwitting anyone who underestimates her. If this tournament involves psychological warfare, Ava's got a real shot.
Next up, bite my shiny metal. Well, you know who it is. It's Bender from Futurama.
Bender is unlike any AI we've seen so far. He's lazy, selfish, drinks excessively, and yet somehow still manages to be incredibly effective.
His biggest strength, unpredictability. Bender doesn't follow logic. He follows whatever gets him the most fun, money, or booze.
And that makes him dangerous in ways no one else here is.
Finally, we have the machines from the Matrix. Unlike Agent Smith, who went rogue, the machines are the actual rulers of the Matrix, an entire civilization of AI that farms humans for energy.
Their greatest strength? Sheer numbers. The machines aren't just one entity. They're a global network with endless resources.
They're less of a single contestant and more of an overwhelming force. All right, we've met the competitors. Now let's talk matchups.
That's right. This is round one of the AI Tournament of Champions, where we'll break down the battles, discuss strengths and weaknesses, and give our best predictions.
But no spoilers, we're not declaring winners today. That's for next week's episode, where we go round by round and crown the ultimate AI champion.
So, let's dive into the Sweet 16 matchups.
HAL 9000 versus KITT. This is a battle of control freaks. HAL 9000, the cold, calculating AI that ran the Discovery 1 spaceship, takes on KITT, the fast-talking, high-tech car from Knight Rider.
The big question here is, does mobility beat intelligence? Hall has full control over his environment, but KITT is his environment. Bulletproof, fast, and armed with gadgets.
But don't forget, HAL doesn't need a body. He could theoretically hack into KITT's systems and take control.
Or could KITT outmaneuver Hall before that happens? Speed versus strategy. Who comes out on top?
C-3PO and R2-D2 versus Ultron. Oof, this one is brutal. On one side, we have C-3PO and R2-D2, two of the most beloved droids in history. On the other side, we have Ultron, an AI that literally wiped out entire cities.
The droids have the advantage of teamwork and resourcefulness, but Ultron has power, durability, and an army of backup bodies.
R2-D2 is a fantastic hacker, though. Could he override Ultron's programming before Ultron crushes them?
Or would Ultron just rip them apart before they even have a chance? This one's going to be tough.
Johnny Five versus Miss Minutes. This might be the most unexpected matchup. We've got Johnny Five, the quirky, peace-loving robot from Short Circuit, versus Miss Minutes, the time-controlling AI from Loki.
The biggest question here, can Johnny Five even touch her? Miss Minutes exists outside of time and can manipulate it at will.
But Johnny Five is surprisingly resilient. He adapts, learns, and has some combat capabilities when pushed.
Can raw intelligence and adaptability counteract literal time manipulation?
Bender versus Terminator/Skynet. A battle of unstoppable forces. Bender, the beer-drinking, crime-loving, morally bankrupt robot from Futurama, goes head-to-head with Skynet and the Terminators.
Bender is durable, sure, but Skynet wiped out almost all of humanity.
True, but Bender is pure chaos. Could his unpredictability actually work in his favor?
Or would Skynet turn Bender into scrap metal before he even lights his cigar?
Cortana versus Agent Smith? Oof. This is an AI hacker's dream matchup. Cortana, the Halo universe's strategic genius, versus Agent Smith, the Matrix's self-replicating digital nightmare.
Both exist in digital spaces, but in different ways. Agent Smith assimilates and takes over, while Cortana is a master of strategy and infiltration.
Could Cortana outthink Smith, or would Smith just overwrite her code and turn her into one of his clones?
Wall-E versus the machines, the Matrix. Okay, hear me out. This is David versus Goliath. Wall-E, a tiny trash compactor with a heart of gold, up against the machines from the Matrix, the AI overlords of an entire simulated reality.
I love Wall-E, but let's be honest, the machines literally enslaved humanity.
But Wall-E is tough. He survived centuries alone, endured explosions, and still kept going. Could his pure determination somehow win this?
Data versus JARVIS/Vision. This is the battle of the noble AIs. Data, the Star Trek android who wants to be human, versus Jarvis, Tony Stark's AI, who eventually becomes Vision.
Both are incredibly smart, insanely fast, and designed to protect humanity. But who has the edge?
Data has superhuman strength and is nearly indestructible, but Vision has flight, phasing, and the freaking Mind Stone.
Is raw strength enough to counter cosmic power?
Ava versus Bishop. And finally, we have Ava from Ex Machina versus Bishop from Aliens. Two AIs who look shockingly human but have very different agendas.
Ava is a master manipulator. She outsmarts people. Bishop, on the other hand, is incredibly resilient and actually cares about human life.
So does cunning and deception win, or does pure durability and combat skill take it?
And that's it for round one. Those are our 8 matchups. Some are obvious battles. Some are absolute wildcards.
And next week, we go deep, analyzing each fight, debating winners, and ultimately crowning the AI tournament champion.
But before that, we want your thoughts. Hit us up on social media, vote on our polls, and tell us who you think should win each matchup.
And don't forget to subscribe because this tournament is just getting started. See you next week on AI Innovations Unleashed.